So, have you ever had that feeling, where your AI assistant seems like it's just one wrong word away from booking you a hotel on the completely wrong continent? Yeah, you're not alone. Today, we're going to dive into how we can build AI that's genuinely smart, truly reliable, and actually gets what you mean. It's about moving past just asking better questions and starting to build way better systems. And really, this whole explainer boils down to the difference between these two ideas. On one side, you've got prompt engineering. Think of that as, the craft of wording the perfect instruction. But then, on the other side, there's context engineering. That's a much bigger idea. It's the discipline of building the entire world the AI lives and works in. And as we're about to see, you absolutely need both.
Okay, to make this all a bit more concrete, let's meet the hero of our little story here. We're going to call him Agent Graham. And his special skill? He's an AI that's all about booking travel.
All right, so here's the mission Agent Graham gets. It's a pretty simple request from a user. Seems straightforward enough, right? But, well, as you're about to find out, a lot can go wrong with a simple request like this.
And boom! Just like that, Graham jumps right on it. He's confident, he's fast, and he's booked it. Mission accomplished. Or maybe not.
Yep. The only problem? The conference is in Paris, France. Agent Graham, in his efficiency, has just booked a lovely room in Paris, Kentucky. It's a classic example, right? The AI takes things just a little too literally. Okay, so the user clarifies, my conference is in Paris, France. So Graham tries again. And this time, he books the Ritz for 900 euros a night. I mean, technically he's not wrong, but good luck getting that through your company's expense report. See, Graham has no idea about budgets or travel policies. He's missing all that crucial context. So what happened here? Why did such a simple request go so completely off the rails, not once, but twice? Was it a bad prompt from the user, or was the AI system itself just incomplete? Well, as you can probably guess, the answer is a little bit of both.
All right, let's tackle the first piece of this puzzle, prompt engineering. This is all about how we, the humans, actually talk to the AI.
So what is prompt engineering, really? Well, it's the art and science of crafting your input. It's about giving the AI really clear instructions, maybe some examples to follow, and even telling it how to format the answer. You're basically trying to steer it towards exactly what you want. It's the human side of the conversation. And look, this isn't just about, being a little more specific. There are actual established techniques here. Things like assigning the AI a specific role to play, giving it a few examples of what you want. That's called few-shot prompting. Or you can ask it to use chain of thought, which is where it literally thinks out loud, step by step. It's all about setting clear rules and boundaries. And that role assignment thing? It's incredibly powerful. Just think about it. If you tell an AI you are a senior Python developer reviewing code for security vulnerabilities, you're going to get a completely different and way more useful response than if you just said, review this code. The model actually takes on the expertise of that persona. But here's the really crucial point. Sure, a better prompt could have helped Agent Graham. The user could have said Paris, France, and keep the budget under $200. But that wouldn't have fixed the root problem. You just can't cram everything an AI needs to know into a single question. It's not the whole story.
And that brings us to the other bigger half of the equation, context engineering. This is where we stop obsessing over writing the perfect question and we start focusing on building a truly smart system from the ground up.
Think of it this way. Context engineering is all about programmatically putting together everything the language model sees when it's working. It's not just your prompt, it's also relevant documents, a memory of your past conversations, and even tools it can use. It's the entire ecosystem. So what is this ecosystem made of? Well, you have key components. There's memory, so Graham can remember things you've told him before. There's state management, which helps him keep track of where he is in a complex task. You've got tools, which are his hands and eyes to the real world, letting him use things like booking APIs. And then there's RAG, that stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, which is like giving him a library of external documents he can search. And we've got to talk about RAG for a second. because it is so powerful. Here's how it works. If you give Graham access to the entire, 50-page company travel policy document, RAG doesn't just make him read the whole thing, no. It intelligently goes in and finds the one single sentence he needs, like the part about the hotel budget for Paris, and gives him just that piece. It's amazingly efficient.
Okay, so now we get to the redemption arc for our hero, Agent Graham. Let's see what happens when we finally put all of this together, a great prompt combined with a powerful context-aware system. And this right here, this illustrates the single most important idea in this whole explainer. What you see is that the final prompt that the AI actually processes is mostly not what you typed. Your little instruction? That might only be 20% of it. The other 80%? That's all dynamic context that the system pulled in automatically from its memory, from documents, from tools.
So the process really looks like this. First, the system gets your basic instruction. Then, it goes out and retrieves all the context it needs. The travel policy from RAG, your preferences from its memory. Third, it builds this massive, super detailed dynamic prompt behind the scenes. And only then, once it has the complete picture, does it hand it off to the LLM to get the job done. And that brings us right back to where we started, that core distinction. Prompt engineering, that gets you better questions. But context engineering, that's how you build better systems. One is about the words you use. The other is about the world you build. And the result of all this work? Success! Agent Graham absolutely nails it this time. He books the hotel in the right city, Paris, France. It's under the budget that he found using RAG. It's even near the conference venue, which he looked up using one of his tools. It is a perfect execution. Just excellent. But our story isn't quite over. Because even when you have a perfectly engineered AI system, a system that does exactly what you told it to do, there's often one final bottleneck the technology by itself just can't fix.
And there it is, the new problem. The booking is now pending approval from your manager, HR, and finance. The estimated approval time? 6 to 8 weeks. The AI did its job in seconds, but now it's stuck in the good old human bureaucracy for a conference that's happening next month.
Which, leaves us with one last kind of cheeky question. We've gotten really good at talking to machines. We're building these amazing systems for them to live in. But maybe the next great challenge is figuring out how our new, super efficient AIs can navigate our very human systems. So have you tried prompt engineering your manager?